we come together as revolutionaries, right? The energy is revolution. The energy is we're poised between utopia and dystopia. The energy is we're at a time between worlds, we're at a time between stories, when we can literally create a response to human suffering and to animal suffering, to the suffering of the planet. Unlike any that's ever existed in history, we can actually create utopia. We have, for the first time in human history, the capacity to create literally heaven on earth. And at the same time, lurking, the system breaks down. We've been talking about it for a decade. The structure of the system is fragile. It's optimized not for love, it's optimized for efficiency. It's not optimized for resiliency. It's not optimized to take care and to nurture and to nourish, but it's optimized for maximum profit, but not for the profits, right? But for the few. And while we want to honor radically gorgeous creativity, and we love businesses, and we love corporations. Corporations are beautiful. Corporations are actually raising people out of poverty in multiple ways. And we love all of the holiness in the pharmaceutical industry, right? Let's stay away from kind of the easy bogeymen of superficial New Age thinking. There's an enormous amount of good happening. And yet the very structure of society, right, is fragile. Like the gap between have and have-nots. The fundamental breakdowns that lurk all through the system, all of them are based on a collapse of value. Even when we talk about values, we think regressive, we think fundamentalist. We don't understand that cosmos has inherent value. And that after all of the postmodern deconstructions of narrative, and after all of the gorgeous postmodern pointing towards the hidden strategies of power that claim narrative in order to support their power, yes, we buy into, we accept, we stand with all of the postmodern rejections of all of the false narratives. That's all true. And after all of the deconstructions, the reconstructive project is now beginning. And we're reconstructing value. We're taking the best of the wisdom traditions of pre-modernity, and we're extrapolating their shared universal grammars of value. And we're taking the best of the value propositions of modernity and the best value insights of postmodernity. We're weaving them together in this Renaissance moment. We are in Florence. We are Da Vinci. This is the most urgent moral imperative of our time. And that's what we spend every week doing. And we're doing it not as intellectuals, right? Although, right, I've been falsely called a public intellectual, right? Bad designation. Don't want to be a public intellectual. Let's be public lovers. Let's be public outrageous lovers. Let's love each other madly. We don't want to do this in a university department, with all due respect, subject to all of the mediocrity of the academy. We want to be excellent. We want to be excellent in love. Who can feel that? Who wants to be excellent in love? That's our intention. Let's be excellent in love, right? Let's love each other excellently, right? Beyond all boundaries and all particulars. And from that excellent love, let's articulate first principles and first values, weaving together a new whole greater than the sum of the parts. And let's actually be together. Let's be Da Vinci together. Let's be the evolution of love. The only way to actually alleviate suffering, to actually hold the most vulnerable among us, and the nature of existential risk is that all of us will become the most vulnerable among us. Catastrophic risk hits the most vulnerable. Existential risk, we're all the most vulnerable. Existential risk to our very existence. So we're all vulnerable. Every one of us. It's not too big to fail. COVID tragically has decimated the most vulnerable with the least potential financially, with the least economic security. It's one of the great tragedies of COVID. And we need to take care of who we are is how we take care of the most vulnerable among us. But make no mistake about it. Each one of us is among the vulnerable. No one is exempt. No one is exempt. Either we're going to all hang together for real. We're really going to be in it together, or it's going to come apart fundamentally, and it's going to all go down. What an exciting and glorious and beautiful moment. We're trembling before evolution. Who can feel that? Right? Maybe we can capture in the chat box, right? We're trembling before evolution. Right? Can we capture that? Can we feel that? Right? We're trembling. Who can feel the trembling? Right? Who can feel the trembling? Anybody? Anybody? Can anybody feel it? Right? Who can feel it? We're trembling. And we tremble with joy, and we tremble with yearning, and we tremble with desire, and we tremble with love, and we tremble with allurement, and we tremble with ecstasy. And yes, we also sometimes tremble with fear, right? And we turn the fear into consciousness, and we come together. So here's our question that we ask every week. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to play a larger game? We have a yes? Are we ready? Are we ready to play a larger game? Are we ready together to be excellent in love? Are we ready to be excellent in the articulation of first principles and first values? Are we ready to be excellent in moving beyond contraction, right, into expansion, expanding into the depth of our unique self-identities? Are we willing to be excellent in the realization that each one of us is an irreducibly unique expression of the love intelligence and love beauty and love desire? That is the initiating and animating eros of all that is, that lives in us, as us, and through us, that never was, is, and will be again. And as such, we recognize that our unique perspective and our unique quality of intimacy manifests our unique capacity to actually incarnate and gift the world with our deepest heart's desire. And that deepest heart's desire is to pick up our unique self-instrument and to participate together in the unique self-symphony, which is the evolutionary impulse pulsing in us and manifesting a new expression of intimacy, evolutionary intimacy, a bottom-up self-organizing universe in which we come together in our excellence, in our greatness, and we gift to reality our irreducibly unique gift, our outrageous act of love. And we do it together, and we address every social and we address every challenge, and we create a cacophony, a cascading, gorgeous wave of excellent love across the planet. And we invoke the new human and the new humanity. With my beloved, beloved evolutionary partner, Barbara Marx Hubbard, we set an intention for this evolutionary communion. What's our intention? A planetary awakening in love through unique self-symphonies. That understanding, that vision, grounded in a new story, which is woven together from first principles and first values, that's the revolution.